Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Leo for the month of November. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Leo. Please remember that this is a general reading. There may be some parts that don't resonate. Please take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest. You may also want to check out your other signs. In the past position, we've got the Page of Pentacles, clarified by the Knight of Cups. In the obstacle position, we have the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Cups. In the present position, we have the King of Pentacles, clarified by Temperance. And in the future outcome position, we've got the Three of Swords, clarified by the Ten of Swords. Definitely very positive reading. There is a little bit of a warning towards the end of November, but for the majority of the month, it's actually a really wonderful, positive, a promising month that is coming up for you, Leo. The Page of Pentacles is in the past, and it's definitely a really great card to have in the past position. It suggests that you have grown, you have matured, you have acquired skills and knowledge and perhaps even wisdom in order to, help yourself achieve the goals and pursue the dreams that you have set for yourself. Definitely in the past position, the Page of Pentacles suggests that you were ambitious and you were kind of focused on the goals that you wanted to achieve. You were kind of coming into your own. There were perhaps a little bit of failures, a little bit of successes, but definitely you were very super optimistic, but also kind of organized and methodical about your approach as well. It could have been that in the past you invested in something, maybe a project. It could also be that you invested in a relationship or a friendship or a partnership that has kind of benefited you. The Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles in the past could also suggest that the period, obviously, of instability and uncertainty is sort of behind you, especially when it comes to things, that have to do with security, perhaps, also, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you are, incredibly financially secure, although the King of Pentacles does point us to that. But the Page of Pentacles suggests that, you were really focused and concentrated in the past trying to achieve your goals and trying to make it, and also obtaining a little bit of security on the inside as well. Security in how you feel about handling certain situations and being confident, and sort of, optimistic about moving forward, of course. The Knight of Cups is a wonderful clarifier. Usually he's referred to as the knight in shining armor. Definitely this person is adventurous and curious and reminds us that victory can be achieved through kind of cleverness, not necessarily through battle alone. Like, you don't have to fight all the time. You can also figure out a more non-combative way to get sort of your way. The Knight of Cups is usually very romantic and caring. He likes to bring flowers. He's someone that, cares about charisma. He likes, kind of warmth, and warm approach to things. It could be that in the past, in the combination with the Page of Pentacles, you kind of invested into a friendship or a relationship that really meant a lot to you, and as a result, you definitely benefited a great deal. The Page of Pentacles could also suggest that perhaps in a more recent past, you decided to pursue something new and invest yourself in that. It could be a relationship that, you started sort of seriously taking a look at. So definitely a really wonderful, positive, warm foundation, that was built in the past and that you continue to kind of rely on to this day as well. In the obstacle position, we have the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Cups. The Ace of Swords is a powerful minor arcana card. Definitely when the ace appears in a reading, most times it suggests a new beginning, but in the obstacle position, the Ace of Swords may mean that you're kind of you may feel like you are stuck a little bit. You don't have as much clarity as you would like. You may find yourself being unproductive and not always logical, maybe a little bit confused about something, have also perhaps kind of bad habits that are keeping you off the path that you need to be on. It could be that you're not particularly believing in your own sort of ideas, in your own opinions, in your own dreams and goals, and that maybe you are a little bit derailed by other people, like maybe sometimes other people's opinions kind of have an effect on us in such a way that we change the direction we're moving towards, because we think, oh well, such and such said that is not the best way to go. Definitely, this card reminds us to sort of take a pause and regain a little bit of confidence and sort of step back from other people's opinions as well. The Queen of Cups is a clarifier, and it's also in the obstacle position, which suggests that you may feel like you're unable to express your emotions freely. It could be that you are not sort of understanding and processing your emotions very well. Maybe one day you were feeling one way, another day you're feeling a different way, and maybe not sort of fully understanding what is the link and why that is happening. You may have, a tendency to sort of kind of jump into things, and get emotionally attached to things without really thinking things through, sort of seeing the romantic side of things rather than a very realistic side of things. You could be a little bit vulnerable, as a result of the Queen of Cups showing up in the obstacle position. So definitely the Divine here is saying that probably you should step back a little bit and allow yourself a little bit of distance, between kind of those feelings where you may not feel like you are enough, or, where you are not believing in your own dreams and in your own goals. And so, of course, that may lead to a little bit of drama. Of course, the swords, as we know, represent words. And of course, words can be a little bit hurtful. And we know that the swords are showing up in the future outcome position with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords as well. So definitely... The Divine here suggests that you want to make sure to cut out any kind of toxic energies that may be around you. Make sure to cut out anyone that is not helping you move forward, even if, the road is getting a little bit bumpy, even, if you may feel kind of emotionally a little bit all over the place. Still, people that are meant to be in your life are meant to support you through thick and thin, of course. So definitely the Divine here is suggesting with the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups that you may want to sort of put yourself first and focus on yourself first, because you are unique, and the Divine wants to see you honor yourself and honor your emotions and honor your opinions, because they are important. They are what kind of creates all of our world. Because we do have a collective consciousness, of course. So it's very important to try and, clear a little bit of aura and make sure that only high vibration energy is kind of surrounding you and helping you sort of move forward. In the present position, we've got the King of Pentacles clarified by the Temperance, which is a really wonderful combination. The King of Pentacles is an authority figure. He, has a lot of wealth. He has a lot of material possessions and he sort of wants for nothing. He is an authority figure. He has overcome challenges. It's really nice that in the past you've got the Page of Pentacles and in the present you've got the King of Pentacles. Definitely suggests that you may be gaining a little bit of either security on the outside. Perhaps your financial situation is getting a little bit better, or perhaps you're getting a little bit of freedom to do what it is that you kind of want to do. It could also mean that you are gaining some kind of belief in yourself as well, and kind of growing a little bit stronger and sticking to your kind of guns and sticking to the things that you really believe in, and not letting others sort of maybe walk around or on those beliefs. Temperance is a wonderful clarifier because it's all about patience and it's all about balance. It's actually a card of testing the waters. So definitely with the combination with the King of Pentacles, there could be something that you are wanting to do. Like you may feel the need to explore a little bit. You may feel the need to try something new. And the Temperance here is saying, go slowly. Make sure that you are careful about, the information that you collect to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. Don't jump in, sort of and rush into something without really thinking things through. Pentacles is a methodical sort of sign, suit. It's a methodical suit, and they're very practical. They like to kind of think and figure things out before actually taking action. They're very much about routine. So when you see King of Pentacles show up in the present position, it could be that you're seeking adventure because you've been a little bit stuck in the routine and you want, to experience something new, to refresh yourself, to rejuvenate yourself, to maybe get a little bit of creativity. And Temperance, of course, like I mentioned, is a card of balance and patience. It's also a card of optimism. It's also a card of higher knowledge and sort of focusing on personal relationships and realizing that if you kind of try things carefully and not jump in and not kind of rush in, when you are sort of exercising restraint, you all of a sudden find that people are more drawn to you and kind of take your opinion especially seriously, and kind of respect what you have to say as well. In the future outcome position, we have the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, which of course is a little bit disappointing, but as we know, it is not, tarot is not meant to sort of predict your future exactly. Tarot is kind of like a guideline that is being offered to you by the divine, and it is up to you to do with it as you see, because of course no one knows better, what you need to do other than you. And of course, the Three of Swords suggests that there may be a little bit of a grief or loss or disappointment coming up. So definitely make sure to take all the action that you can do to avoid perhaps this kind of heartbreak or perhaps even betrayal that may be coming your way. Definitely re-examine and reevaluate your relationships and your friendships and people who are around you, because maybe sometimes, like especially with the Queen of Cups, sometimes people love us so much that they don't realize that they're actually harming us. Sometimes, people kind of who love us too much, they're not being really helpful to us. They're kind of being helpful to themselves because they see us as part of their identity. And so, when something doesn't go, when they look at us and something doesn't go their way, they sort of, get scared that their identity might change. And of course, change can be a scary thing. So do keep an eye out for that energy where someone may be a little bit too helpful, whereas you need to make decisions on your own, or at least not be influenced as much by someone else's opinion. The Ten of Swords is in the clarifying position in the future outcome, but the Ten of Swords is also a positive card because it suggests that the worst pain is over, that the cycle is complete, and that you are kind of moving in the right direction. You're moving past this disappointment. You're moving, kind of releasing the tension, releasing the anxiety, releasing, all that overly analytical. Sometimes, people, sorry about that, that was my phone. Sometimes sort of people overanalyze and overanalyze and overanalyze themselves to death a little bit. Sometimes it's kind of important to stop overanalyzing and to start feeling, kind of, the divine here is suggesting that, maybe thinking is not, what you need to be doing right now. Maybe feeling is what you need to be doing, which will help you, of course, heal faster. And that, will bring you new adventures and new goals and new dreams. So definitely don't get fixated on the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, because, it's easily to only focus on the negative when you have wonderful cards here like the King of Pentacles, and of course the Temperance, and even the Knight of Cups. Very wonderful romantic energy that comes from that card. Let's see if we can clarify some of this reading with the 3 energy oracle cards that I pulled, and they are Woman Holding a Coin, Envy, and the Thinking Man. It's interesting to me that you've got a woman holding a coin and the thinking man, because they're both offering you 2 different kind of pieces of advice. The woman holding a coin, of course, suggests that there may be opportunities around you to increase your financial status, to level up. So definitely make sure that you're aware and you pay attention to things going on around you. And of course, the thinking man suggests that once you do have that money, or once you do have that extra resource, that you could create something out of, what are you going to do and how are you going to use it? So definitely those questions need to be kind of considered. And envy is a warning from the divine that there may be a little bit of kind of dissatisfaction. This card shows a woman holding a huge pearl in one hand and a platter of coins and pearls in the other. She stands in a silver room looking out at a golden city on the horizon. She has a life of value already, but she ignores that and longs for the shining prosperity she sees elsewhere. It's incredible that she has this wonderful pearl and a whole plate of pearls that she's holding, and still, she kind of wants sort of more. Definitely, it's a reminder from the divine that you may need to focus on the internal wealth, and kind of realize that there's abundance that lives on the inside, not just the outside. It's definitely a reminder from the divine that you may want to readjust your course. Instead of feeling happy and fulfilled, this person's desire is only for more, and more and more. But when is more enough? This card is telling you to let go of that toxic energy you may feel and realize that there are blessings that you already have in your life. Now is the time to shift your focus. After all, when you envy others, it only attracts more to them, not you. Notice all that you have and thank the universe for it. If this card is near the appreciation card in your spread, the message is doubly important. Now is the time to move from a consciousness of lack to one of value. With this shift, all things change. And the affirmation for this card says, I let go of lack. I look at the blessings in my life with joy and satisfaction. I am happy. Definitely, it doesn't have to be about like material things. Sometimes people, are kind of envious of relationships, or attention, or, there are different things that a person can be envious of. And it doesn't necessarily have to represent you. It could be someone in your circle. So definitely make sure that you recognize that low vibration energy and make sure that you sort of try and distance yourself from it. Because, the more grateful you are, the more abundance you receive externally as well as internally. Let's see what answers from angels we have, and they are get more information, look for a sign, and romance. Wonderful. Definitely, very supportive messages from the divine, from your angels. The get more information card, of course, corresponds with the thinking man. Make sure that you really pay attention to the small print. Make sure that you research and try and get answers to understand whatever issue you may be kind of going through a little bit better, and definitely look for a sign from the divine regarding what time or when you should take sort of action in order to move forward and be as successful as you can possibly be. And there may be someone that is on the horizon that may catch your eye. Definitely romance is a very strong possibility in the month of November. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Leo. Please like, share, and subscribe if you did. Also, please feel free to leave any comments. I enjoy reading all comments. It also helps me connect with your energies as well. Thank you so much for visiting, and I will see you next time.